Hi everyone. Hope you are good. We're here for grade 8 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 8 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter 2 dimensional figures. The lessons we're going to cover today are identify supplementary, vertical, adjacent, and congruent angles. Parts of a circle. Find measures of complementary, supplementary, vertical, and adjacent angles. Find length and measure of bisected lines and angles. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I'm on grade 8 math. Chapter we on right now is two-dimensional figures. Let's just start with the lesson that is identify complementary, supplementary, vertical, adjacent, and congruent angles. Which angle is congruent to angle 3? So congruent angles are the angles that have the same measure. Vertical angles that are formed opposite to each other when two lines intersect. Vertical angles are congruent. So angle 3 and angle 6 are the vertical angles, and the vertical angles are also the congruent angles. Congruent angle means they have exactly the same measure. Let's just start with the test questions. Which angle is supplementary to BFE? Supplementary angles are the angle that measure to 180 degrees. BFE, right? So the angle that measures to supplementary to BFE is AFB, because AFB and BFE together make the supplementary angle. So option number A is the correct option, that is angle AFB. Which angle is complementary to angle BDC? Complementary angles are the angles that measures to 100 and that measures to 90 degrees. So angle BTC. So the angle that is complementary to BTC is ADB. Option number 2 is the correct option, and that is angle B. Okay, the next one is which angles are complementary to angle CGD? Complementary angles are the angles that measures to 90 degrees, right? So angle CGD, the angle that is complementary to CGD is CGB. or BGC. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is angle BGC. Option number 1 is the correct option. Other than itself, which is an angle that is congruent to angle 2? The angle that is congruent to angle 2 is the angle that are formed on the two intersecting lines are the congruent angles. So angle 2, congruent to angle 2 is angle 4 and angle 3 because they are exactly the same real like angle 2. So angle 3 and angle 4 is the, or angle 4 is the correct option. Which angle is vertical to angle 1? Angle 1, vertical to angle 1 is angle 4. Angle 1 and angle 4 are the angles that are formed on the line that are intersecting opposite side of the intersecting line. So that is angle 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which angle is congruent to angle 2? Angle 2, angle congruent to angle 2 is angle 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which angle is complementary to angle ADB? So the angle that is complementary to angle ADB is BDC. Option number 1 is the correct option, and that is angle BDC. Which angles are vertical to angle DGE? That is AGB. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is parts of a circle. What is EF? EF is the chord that just connect 2 points on the circle, right? So all the points on the circle are the same distance from the center, and a chord connects 2 points on the circle. These are the 2 points that are connected by the chord. A diameter is a chord that passes through the center of the circle. So diameter is the line that passes through the circle and connect 2 points. And then radius connects the center to a point on the circle. Any point on the circle that connects with the center is radius. Let's just start with the test questions. What is UV? UV is the radius. Any point on the circle that connects with the center of the circle is the radius. Option number one is the correct option. What is HI? HI is the diameter. HI is a chord that is passing through the center of the circle and connect 2 points on the circle. That is the diameter. What is LM, which is the correct option? That is chord. Option number one is the correct option. What is D? D is the center of the circle. Option number two is the correct option. What is HI? HI is the radius of the circle. Option number two is the correct option. What is UV? What is UV, which is the correct option? UV is the diameter of the circle. Option number two is the correct option. What is FG? What it is? GF is the chord. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself here today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. The next lesson is find the measure of complementary supplementary vertical and adjacent angles. Let's just start with the test questions. The measure of an angle is 136 degrees. What is the measure of supplementary angle? Supplementary angles are the angles that measures to 180 degrees. So that is 136 degrees plus the supplementary angle, and their sum must be 180, right? So you need to find the supplementary angle. You need to subtract 136 both sides. So that is 44 degrees. That means the angle that is supplementary to 136 is 44 degrees. Option number one is the correct option, that is 44 degrees. What is the value of P? So P is you are given two angles, 27 degree and 48 degree, and P is the bigger angle that measures 27 plus 48. So 8 plus 7 is 15 and 75 degree it is. So angle P measures 75 degrees. Option number one is the correct option, that is 75 degrees. What is the value of Z? Z and 53 are the vertical angles, so that Z measures 53 degrees. The measure of an angle is 14 degrees. What is the complementary angle? What is the measure of a complementary angle? So which is the correct option? What is the, that is 76 degrees, option number two is the correct option. The measure of an angle is 27 degrees. What is the measure of complementary angle? That is 63 degrees. Option number one is the correct option. The measure of an angle is 119 degrees. What is the measure of a supplementary angle? That is 61 degrees. Option number one is the correct option. The measure of an angle is 13 degrees. What is the measure of a complementary angle? That is 77 degrees. Option number one is the correct option. What is the value of n? So n plus 26 equals 70 degrees. So n equals 70 minus 26. That equals 44 degrees. Sorry, not 14. 44 degrees. Can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, and that is the last lesson from the chapter. The lesson is find length and measures of bisected lines and angles. Let's just start with the text questions. If a line segment measuring 78 inches is bisected to form two new line segments, what is the measure of each new line segment? So 78 inches it is. You need to divide it into two equal parts. So you just have to divide 78 by 2. So 78 divided by 2 equals 39 inches. It is option number 1 is the correct option. If a line segment measuring 8 centimeters is bisected to form two new line segments, what is the measure of each new segment? So which is the correct option? Eight. 8 divided by 2 equals that is 4 centimeters. So each new line segment has the measurement 4 centimeter. Option number 2 is the correct option. After bisecting an angle measures 12 degree, oven has two angles. What is the measure of each new angle? So which is the correct option? That is 6 degrees. Option number 2 is the correct option. If an angle is bisected from two new 18-degree angles, what was the measure of the original angle? So the original angle sums to both the angles. That is 36 degrees. Option number 1 is the correct option. After bisecting a line segment measuring 38 inches, Candice has two line segments. What is the measure of each new line segment? After bisecting a line segment measuring 38 inches, Candice has two line segments. What is the measure of each new line segment? So each new line segment measures 19 inches because 38 divided by 2 is 19. Option number 1 is the correct option. Point L is the midpoint of KM. If KM is 14 centimeters long, what is the length of KL? That is 7 centimeter. Option number 1 is the correct option. After bisecting an angle measuring 92 degrees, Emily has two angles. What is the measure of each new angle? - 92 divided by 2 is 48 degrees. Sorry, 46 degrees. Option number 2 is the correct option. Point H is the midpoint of GI. If GI is 50 centimeter long, what is the length of HI? Point H is the midpoint that is 25 centimeters. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 8 math. The chapter we're working on is two-dimensional figures, and the lessons we have covered today are identify complementary, supplementary, vertical, adjacent, and congruent angles, parts of a circle, find measure of complementary, supplementary, vertical, and adjacent angles, and find length and measure of bisected lines and path. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any questions. Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.